Time now for sports on 104.7 The Cave. Here's Ned Reynolds.
Mike, the intern Ned Reynolds, halfway point of the week. Weekend kicks off with the World Series, and really the Dodgers, I think, have proven, at least in the postseason, that their pitching staff is probably the best in Major League Baseball. With that being said, who's going on the mound?
To the surprise of absolutely no one, Game 1 on Friday, Blake Snell will get the start, and you're right. I cannot argue that point at all. The Dodgers pitching staff is, without question, is as smooth and just reliable as any in all of Major League Baseball. Now, Snell and the Dodgers paid a ton to get him from the San Francisco Giants last November, like $182 million. Two-time Cy Young Award winner, as everybody knows, and originally property of the Tampa Bay Rays. He's only pitched once in the playoffs, and that one was the opening game against the Milwaukee Brewers when he threw 8 innings of no-hit baseball. 8 innings of no-hit baseball. He gave up a scratch hit in the 9th inning, and they took him out after that. And he had something like 10 strikeouts, just overwhelmingly dominant. And we've seen him in the regular season competition. He's just a terrific pitcher. He will get the start for the Dodgers. That's in concrete. Now, who the Blue Jays are going to start is another story. More than likely, it'll be Kevin Gausman, because he and their pitching staff, in my opinion, not as good as the Dodgers. Gausman is likely to be the starter. College days, All-America, LSU, and he's been around the game for quite a while. Originally drafted by the Baltimore Orioles, and he was with them for a while, but he's been with the Toronto Blue Jays since 2022. Gausman, more than likely, he's an effective pitcher. Can he shut down the Dodgers? Well, we'll find out starting on Friday night. Friday and Saturday in Los Angeles. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I beg your pardon. Let me reverse that.
Flip that script, sir.
It's Friday and Saturday in Toronto, and then Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday in Los Angeles, and then, if necessary, Friday and Saturday back in Toronto again. Toronto has the home field advantage. They have the better record, and indeed, they're going to be a good opponent for the Dodgers, but I really feel like LA is the better of the teams.
Stacked wise, yeah, I agree with you 100%. It'll be interesting to see if the Blue Jays can get out of Game 1 with the dub. I think they have a really good chance. If LA makes them look like their last opponent, I feel like this might be a quick series. Either way, one of the good things I believe about the Bears getting on their new conference is that we're getting a lot more weekday games, which means we have more chance, at least they get more chance for viewership because there's less competition. And such is the case with their game tomorrow.
What it's all about, it's tonight. And,
tonight.
It's the fact is that's why it's done, and it's only for the month of October. After this, they go back to Saturday games again, as does the league, and that is because, quite literally, there is zero competition, or was, but now you have the NBA on there, and you have the National Hockey League. Still, true. The Bears do get an 8 o'clock start tonight against New Mexico State down in Las Cruces. Now, New Mexico State's had some struggles this year, and the Bears are a 1.5 favorite going out there. But the fact of the matter is that Missouri State's pretty good, folks, and I think New Mexico State is too. Interestingly enough, they're under a first-year coach. Their previous coach the last 3 years, and this is a name, of course, that's familiar to Southwest Missouri fans, Jerry Kill, because he coached at Southern Illinois. But prior to that, he was the guy who put Webb City on the map. Anyway, Jerry Kill had been out at New Mexico State. He's now retired from coaching. But the fact is, a new coach this year, and the Bears get to test them out. That's tonight, 8 o'clock, and indeed, I think it'll be a pretty fair football game, and you're right, it is on national television. I believe it's the CBS Sports Network.
Well, if you don't care about basketball or hockey, go Bears. What happened in Conference USA, speaking of which, last night?
There were 2 games last night. There'll be 2 games tonight, incidentally. The 2 games last night, Kennesaw State defeated Florida International. Florida International plays here in town next Wednesday night. And Western Kentucky went down to Ruston, Louisiana, beat Louisiana Tech in overtime on a 2-point conversion, 28-27. Western Kentucky's 6th win of the season. They're not all conference wins, but their 6th win overall, and that makes the Hilltoppers bowl eligible. Now, it'll be a minor bowl game, but yeah, they're more than likely to be chosen.
And for most in Major League Baseball, their season is over. They're in Cancun. Angels are not about to go down south until they take care of their front office business.
Which they have done. And I thought, along with everybody else, that Albert Pujols would be that new manager. He was considered to be the leading candidate. He's a former Angels player. He has it's about to expire, but a 10-year post-career services contract with the Angels, and he was interviewing for that manager's job. Did not somehow, the negotiations broke down 2 days ago, and the Angels immediately named their new manager. They got him yesterday, Kurt Suzuki. He's not new. He's a 16-year Major League veteran catcher, been around for a long time, has been with the Angels organization now for the last 5 years. Suzuki has a heck of a background. He's one of the very few who have played for a college World Series championship team, a national championship team, and a Major League World Series championship team. The college team was Cal State Fullerton back in 2004, and the Major League team was the Washington Nationals in 2019. Suzuki has a pretty good regimen about him, a good teacher, and a guy who I think can get the point across if the Angels have the horses to get that done. But he'll be the new Los Angeles Angels manager, Kurt Suzuki, and now there are about 7 more jobs to fill in Major League Baseball.
Yes, there are, and we'll see who's willing to spend some money. College basketball has got new rules regarding the preseason games, which means Division I teams can play other D1 teams. It's not been that way that long?
Well, they started it last year, but the rule was last year that if you played another D1 team, a buddy, a KU from Missouri or somebody, the proceeds had to go to a charity. They've since waived that, and now the teams who play decide where the proceeds are going to go. Well, there are a whole slew of terrific games going on. Missouri, for instance, plays Kansas State on Friday night. Kansas State used to be an old rival. They aren't now, different leagues or different conferences, but nonetheless, Arkansas will play Memphis, also a neighborhood rivalry. Well, last night it was Duke and Central Florida. Now, Duke's Atlantic Coast Conference, Central Florida's Big 12 with KU and K-State and those people. Oh, my. Duke 96, Central Florida 71. Now, the reason Central Florida was invited to be Duke's opponent was Johnny Dawkins, the former Duke coach who is now coaching Central Florida, and that was a rude awakening for him. 96-71, his alma mater beat his new team.
I don't know what the deal is with the St. Louis Blues playing at home, man. They just don't have a really good record when they're at home. On the road, doing good. At home, not so good.
They lost last night to the Los Angeles Kings 2-1 in overtime. Now, the way the National Hockey League has their points products, if you go overtime and you lose, you get 1 point. The winning team gets 2 points. But that's all how you get to the playoffs, because you judge on the point system as well as the one loss. But anyway, Blues do lose 2-1 to the Los Angeles Kings last night. They continue on, and they'll probably go on the road here for an extended period.
Yeah, and hopefully pick up some steam. They're still over 500, which is great, Ned.
And I might add, too, Mike, that the Blues are on 102.1 The One.
Online, 1021theone.com. Thanks, Ned. Have a great day, and I will see you mañana.